Hey, what's up team? Tristan here, and today I'm going to be talking about a camera that I just got as my main vlogging cam. It's the Sony Sony ZV E10. Yes, it's a mouthful. And yeah, I'm still trying to get around saying that, but I should just name it Wally or something. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about why I chose this camera, so let's get to it. So the first reason why I got this camera is it's very compact. I can just pull it out of my camera bag and start shooting, and it doesn't attract as much attention as a bigger camera or a bigger kit. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like it. Another reason why I got this camera is because I like to vlog my trips, and obviously with vlogging you're going to be talking in front of the camera and you need something that has a good audio. And I've looked around, and most of the cameras that you can get now, or what we had back then, the onboard mic it's so crap that you're gonna need to put an external mic on it just to get some audio going. But the onboard mic on this camera is excellent. Like, you can take it outside even in a windy situation and the audio is still usable. So that's another reason why I like this camera, is because of that onboard mic action. Speaking of onboard mic, you want to be able to hear obviously how the audio is, especially if you're outside, if it's windy and you have a lot of ambient noise. This camera has a microphone jack, so you can actually track the audio in real time to see if your levels are good, or if it's too windy, or if it's too noisy and you need to move around. But yeah, it's always a bonus to have that microphone jack. One of the very cool feature of this camera is got the little flippy screen. And back then I used to use a GoPro to do my vlogging because it's so nice and super compact, and I can just whip it out of my pocket. But you have to guesstimate if you're actually in the frame, or like if your head's not being cut off or whatever. But with the flip screen, I can actually see myself that, hey, I'm in the shot, I'm centered. And that's always a good thing, especially if you had two people and you're talking to someone in camera, then you can make sure that they're in the frame, and yeah, that you can actually see them and their face is not, like, you know, cut off. That's always a good thing. A really good feature for this camera is the interchangeable lens. So for me as a photographer, I use a Sony A7R III, so I've already got a wide variety of range of lens that I can use with this camera, which is awesome, because I was looking at the Sony ZV-E10 before, and you can't change the lens on that one, so you're kind of stuck with that lens. But yeah, with this, you've got the variety of, like, using like a fast lens or a zoom lens and things like that. So yeah, I love that, how you can do that now. I can, you know, if I need a super wide lens, I can chuck it on. If I need like my 50mm, put it on, which is, yeah, it's always a bonus to have that option to change your lens. The good thing about changing your lens is then you can get those fast lenses that had that super creamy bokeh that people are always looking for, or not. But yeah, just especially in low light situation, you can actually use those fast lens to get more light in your camera, which is why I mainly use fast lens for. And yeah, now that I can use it on my vlogging camera as well, so yeah, it's always a bonus. Yep, the good thing about this camera is obviously it's got 4K. I mean, if your phone has 4K, you know, good thing this camera's got 4K. It obviously can shoot 1080 up to 120 frames. So if you're into that slow motion action, this camera's for you. Speaking of slow motion, it's also got a little button at the top of the camera for S&Q, so you don't actually need to shoot the slow motion. You can just press, I mean, you know, you don't have to shoot the 120 frames. You can just press S&Q and it'll do slow motion in real time for you. Wasn't a fan of it before, because I'm used to just shooting everything in 120 and choosing which clip I want to slow motion nice. It's not even a word, I just made it up. Oops. Hey. Anyway, with the S&Q now, I get to think about cool stuff that I can shoot in slow motion. Just a nice little feature that you have that button that you can just press and do the slow motion clip. And my favorite feature for this camera is got this gyroscopic data. Am I saying that right? Gyroscopic? I'll just say gyroscopic data. It's basically the camera is it's reading the movement of the camera while you're holding it. So in post, you can use this free program from Sony called Catalyst Browse. Basically, it will stabilize your footage, especially if you're using the 4K setting. Yeah, I've tried it before, and man, it's actually pretty good. Like, I'd even go further and say it's the gimbal killer. Like, ever since I've used that gyroscopic data, I wish my Sony a7R3's got that. They don't have it on the 4, but hopefully on the a7R5 it'll come out. But this camera has it, so I'll be utilizing that. And I'm gonna be using that, yeah, gyroscopic data? Gyroscopic data. Anyway, gimbal killer. There you have it. Those are the reasons why I picked this camera, because of those features. I really feel like if you're into vlogging or just filming your day, this is the camera for you. It's got all the features you're gonna need as a content creator. And yeah, I can't wait to use this in the field and create some content to put on YouTube. Anyway, I will see you later.